Nope, that's the wrong one. Hi, I'm Cameron Smith of AHS-TV, and today I'm joined with
Zach Wagaman
and
Ben Funnel.
All right, so as of last night, which is, hold on, what's the day? Give me a second. As of March 17th, Team USA was eliminated from the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah.
Can we get let's get a rundown of the game and what we think went wrong. First of all, Aaron Judge had a terrible World Baseball Classic.
That's true.
And played terrible. And I think that's just a sign of things to come in the playoffs for Aaron Judge this year.
I wouldn't jump to conclusions. It's early in the baseball year. But, yeah, I can't say he played good, that's for sure.
I mean, it kind of reflects his playoff performances, to me, at least.
But it was a, what was it? It was a 3-2 win for Venezuela against the U.S. last night. And Eugenio Suarez took the lead in the bottom of the eighth with a game-winning double. All right.
Mm-hmm.
What do we think about the decision to put Alex Bregman in over Gunnar Henderson, who was having a very, very good World Baseball Classic?
Yeah, I don't like it. Alex Bregman was batting like 148 or something like that. Like nothing crazy for this classic. So I think Gunnar Henderson should have been on the lineup for last night.
I didn't really understand it because, like, literally the last game before, I don't know if it was because like a lefty's on a mound or not, but he was crushing lefties last game, and I don't know why they pulled him.
That was the reason. That was the reason that Mark DeRosa gave, is because there was a lefty on the mound.
Really?
But other than that, Mark DeRosa's decisions throughout the World Baseball Classic were detrimental to the team, I think. And looking at the pitching that you put out for the final championship game, you had Nolan McLean as your starter for that game, which I think that was a poor decision.
Yeah, he gave up the first two.
If you start, I guess it didn't work out like that. The timing didn't work out, but I want either Paul Skeens or Tariq Skubal pitching that. I know Tariq Skubal was only going to pitch one game, and that was only going to be in the friendlies and not in an actual World Baseball Classic game. But
You know, I thought since they're stacked and they probably knew that, I thought they should have planned out it. You know, they probably would have made the final, which they did, so I don't know why they wouldn't plan out to pitch Paul Skeens for that. I don't know why they do McLean. That kind of like confused me a little bit.
I mean, the pitching wasn't terrible to
Yeah.
say. Like, it wasn't bad. It's just the offense was lackluster enough to where you put it all into one bottom half of the inning to win the game.
I was going to say, I didn't catch much of the game, but the parts that I did, I watched the offense, and it didn't look good at all. Like, they couldn't hit a side of a barn if they wanted to.
It was a common theme that with 2 outs, they would get a runner on and then either strike out or ground out or fly out. So Bryce Harper is he's the only reason why we had any runs on the board, any sort of offense.
Only one who did anything.
But that's just a poor performance, and now we got to wait another 3 years to have an attempt at it. I mean, this is the best USA baseball team that we put together in a long time. This is the best pitching that we've had for a World Baseball Classic team in I don't know how long.
We were like expected to dominate this entire WBC, and even like the games prior to that, like we still didn't look as great as I thought we would. So I kind of like I didn't know what to expect, honestly.
I will say on Kalshi we were a -223 favorite to win that game, and I put a little bit of money on that and lost.
Yeah.
See, I was gonna go with my gut and go with Venezuela, but I didn't want to root against the U.S.
Yeah, and it's disappointing with the U.S. winning everything else this year. All we needed was baseball to tie off, you know. Having a great 250th anniversary of championships, and that didn't happen. So now we just have to be disappointed in the baseball team.
Yeah. now looking forward to, and it's about just under 2 weeks, the MLB season starts. As we know, one of us is not a Pirates fan, but how do we think our teams are gonna do this year? I know from a Pirates fan standpoint, there hasn't been a lot to look forward to, but this year, I think this is the best team that you've had since about like 2015.
Yeah, I can agree. Even though I'm not a Pirates fan, I can agree the Pirates do have a good shot at, putting something together this year. I'm not going to say playoffs, but maybe putting something together this year.
I would say playoffs, low key.
I don't know.
We put some pieces together.
They say that every year.
Well, like this is like a year that we actually got more than.
This is our year.
Like 5 players.
I feel like I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan saying that this is our year.
This is our year.
Every single year. But honestly, I'm excited because of how well O'Neal Cruz played in the WBC. But there was a lefty reliever. I think it was Joey De La Sora, who played really well for Team Italy, and that's where I'm thinking like we're most shaky is our bullpen. Other than like some hitting, there's a lot of unproven guys in our bullpen. I really like Justin Lawrence, but I don't want Dennis Santana as our closer again this year. I thought he was good last year, but I can't see him being a closer for another full year.
I mean, I feel like Dennis Santana is like our best bullpen player, except for like maybe Gregory Soto, but we have to see how that pans out.
Well, Greg Soto had like a 4.9 ERA last year. I'm not gonna put like high expectations on him. He also had a decent WBC as well. Didn't he play for Colombia? Is that where he played for? I don't remember.
He was maybe Dominican Republic.
That makes more sense.
I thought he pitched for them when we played them.
But like we had a couple of players play pretty well in the WBC. Paul Skeens specifically. I think he goes out and has another Cy Young caliber year.
I definitely agree with that statement.
And also, I will say that the Pirates did more in free agency than the Yankees did. All the Yankees did was re-sign Cody Bellinger.
Yeah.
Let me just put that out there.
And we lost some pitchers, but that's all right.
And you lost in the playoffs last year, and now you're getting rid of players and only signing one. So, like, what's that to come?
We still have the draft.
Yeah, but none of those players are going to play this year.
That's, what's his name? Oswaldo Cabrera did.
What has he done?
How long ago was that? Let me.
I don't know, but I know he played out of the draft, and I don't know. He was solid. He was solid in the playoffs. He's a solid hitter, and he's recovering from an ankle injury right now. But
I would say he's average.
I mean, that's like
he's
so
not
is
a
Brian
great
Reynolds
hitter.
and
Whoa.
Yeah,
Brian Reynolds has been consistently above average for his entire career.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Look at the stats.
O'Neal Cruz
last
is
year,
average.
O'Neal Cruz has been below average for most of his career. But this year is the year it's going to change.
Yeah, the only thing I don't like about the Yankees starting lineup is Anthony Volpe still on the team.
But I mean, you still have how old Paul Goldschmidt is your starting first baseman?
Isn't he like 40 years old?
Well, Ben Rice is our starting first baseman for right now, but Paul Goldschmidt is the backup as of right now. But I think he's in his 30s, late 30s maybe.
He's definitely late 30s.
Yeah,
He's definitely pushing 40.
I mean, he's pretty cool because he threw me a ball opening day at the Pirates home opener. So I like Paul Goldschmidt. You can't tell me anything else.
All right, I just want you to imagine this. Zach, imagine being a Yankee fan in the middle of Pittsburgh, even though you grew up just outside of Pittsburgh for your entire life. How would you feel?
I would feel disappointed in myself.
Yep.
Obviously that's my team, but then at the end of the day, I'd be like, wow, what am I really doing right now?
Why were there more Yankees fans than Pirates fans at their home opener?
I'd feel like why are my parents like putting me up for adoption? Like
Steelers fan and Penguins fan, by the way, too, as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I grew up a Yankees fan. I don't know what else to tell you. I've been a Yankees fan for as long as I can remember.
You actually told me, quote, that you became a Yankees fan whenever Judge won his first MVP.
which was like when I was like, what, 10 years old, 9 years old maybe?
And that's prime bandwagon years.
So
No.
what were you before that?
I didn't watch sports before then. I don't know. Barely any sports. You know, the first thing I was really ever into was hockey. Hockey was the first sport I ever got into.
Anyways, moving on from that, like, honestly, over under win total for the Pirates this year is, I believe, 80 games.
I'm taking the under.
Over.
I'm taking the over very easily because our record last year wasn't that bad. I think it was above 80.
It wasn't enough.
No, it
Yeah.
was under 80.
Yeah,
it was under 80 slightly.
They
I
had
think
like
we had like
70.
79.
Yeah.
There's like 75.
Close enough. But I think our team has improved like just tenfold. If you have Connor Griffin come up through the year, I think he can be a real X factor for this team, along with Bubba Chandler, even though he didn't produce very well last year.
Well, he didn't really pitch that much.
I mean, in the games that he did pitch, he didn't pitch very well. But
probably
at
had the.
spring training, he has pitched pretty well. Other than one game, his first outing wasn't great, but he also had a couple decent starts as well.
You know, I get it. You get the yips sometimes. He'll be back.
All right. Can we get a record prediction for your Yankees, Ben? A realistic one.
Definitely over 110 wins.
Give me a break.
Definitely.
Give me a break. I want a break. Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
No, you're not.
Maybe
I know you're joking.
I'm gonna say Chris,
Bad
like
joke.
over 110 wins.
You're not like the 2001 Mariners.
But this is our year. I'm telling you, this is gonna be
No.
it.
All right. How many wins did they have last year, Ben? I just wanna.
It was in the 90s, I think.
I would temper your expectations. I think.
I think this year's seriously one of the last years we have to go to a World Series with John Carlos Stanton getting old, and Garrett Cole will hopefully be back in summertime. He just had Tommy John surgery.
He's missed the last 2 years, and
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of Garrett Cole you're gonna get. I think he's definitely gonna be on a very heavy innings limit for this
Yeah.
entire season.
Yeah, but I mean, if we can utilize him in October, then we can utilize him in October. You know,
If you get there.
Obviously, we're gonna get there, Zach.
I mean,
We
also
always
you
get there.
you have to look at your offense and see how they perform in the postseason, which your offense kind of looks like the Pirates of last year's offense in the postseason.
We have the chillest dude of all time, Jazz Chisholm, on our team, so
So
he's great.
No nonchalant guy, Jazz Chisholm. Yes,
he's above average,
Yeah, he is above average.
not great.
He's a good baseball player. He hits the ball far, and he's fast.
He's a terrible defender. I mean, I can't really say much because most of our defenders for the Pirates are terrible. Which, hold on.
No.
Yes, because
What about Big Tree? Triolo.
that's one guy out of how many that are playing. I will say your outfield defense looks so disgusting. It is Ryan O'Hearn in left, O'Neal Cruz in center, who was one of the worst center fielders in baseball last year, and then in left you have an under or below average defender in Brian Reynolds. And second base, Brandon Lau, he was one of the worst defensive second basemen in all of baseball last year. And you have Nick Gonzalez at shortstop, and I don't know if he has the arm to throw to first base from shortstop.
I still believe in Nick Gonzalez.
I mean, you look at the Yankees outfield, we're stacked when it comes to the Yankees outfield. We got Aaron Judge.
Who's your shortstop? Yep.
I'm talking about the outfield. We have Aaron Judge, Cody Bellinger, Trent Grisham, or Jason Dominguez. So I feel as if that's a solid outfield.
Do you even know like your own team?
Yes, I do, but I don't know if Jason Dominguez was still on the team or not.
What do you mean? He
Of course he is.
I think he has a little bit more potential than what he has currently shown. But I don't know. Anyway, to transition on from that, I know you're not going to be too happy about this, Zach, but we're going to talk about the Steelers offseason so far and what we've thought that we've done. Specifically you, Ben, who's chugging a chocolate milk as loud as possible. we've made a couple signings and a couple trades. Michael Pittman.
I saw this too.
Michael Pittman and Jamel Dean. Those are the two headliners, I would say. And I think, given you get a decent quarterback, whether if Raj comes back next year,
He is.
We don't know yet. He said we said that we would know by now, but we don't. And that's kind of scary. Our quarterback is either going to be A, Ty Simpson, or B, Will Howard, as of right now.
I do not want Ty Simpson.
I don't want Ty Simpson either. I don't want Will Howard. I want
Will Howard.
He's a 6th-round pick. We need to lower the expectations here.
This
We're
guy's
treating
the
him
next
like
Tom Brady.
I don't know about that. He has a very under-average arm for his size, and he's not mobile whatsoever.
Do we remember when Tom Brady went to the combine? Remember he was like awful. Remember, this is like all like the Tom Brady like things that like could happen here.
I want you to list off the successful Ohio State quarterbacks that are in the NFL currently.
Okay. Well, they still need one. All right.
Well, 1 in a million chance that we get someone like that.
We might have hit jackpot. We haven't played them yet.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong, but I will say this currently looks like the best Steelers defense that we've had in a long time.
Did Patrick Queen re-sign or no?
Currently, he's still on the team, but we are currently shopping him right now. I think if you get rid of Patrick Queen in the first round, you go linebacker. You could go linebacker. There's also a couple of really good prospects down the board, and like Jacob Rodriguez and Harold Perkins, who you can get later in the draft, 2nd round, maybe 4th round for Harold Perkins. But I think the signing of Jaquan Brisker for 1 year, $5.5 million, and then Darnell Savage, I think the secondary is pretty legit.
Yeah.
And you could also add a couple, you can add some quality guys in the draft as well.
What about Rico Dowdle?
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Oh yeah, Rico. I don't know how that's gonna go.
I like
know.
this pickup. I mean, he's like Kenneth Gainwell.
I think our Kenneth Gainwell replacement is gonna be Jalen Warren.
Yeah. Rico Dowdle will take 1, but
Rico is going to be the running back.
Yeah.
And Jalen Warren is going to be our passing back.
Yeah, but Jalen Warren's always consistent, so it's not like we're not going to use him anymore. He's explosive and he's fast.
I mean, Mike McCarthy really enjoys Rico Dowdle, and I mean enough to where he brought him to Pittsburgh after I guess it was a year or two without Mike McCarthy.
I can't say I like Mike McCarthy, but
it gives me a little bit of hope because we haven't seen competent coaches other than in Pittsburgh other than Mike Tomlin. And I can't even say that he was the most competent of coaches.
He was a good coach, though. I mean,
from a pure football perspective, his schemes were very underwhelming and uninspiring, and the talent you had around yourself in coaching wise, not great.
He blew it.
Terrell Austin.
What?
Can't stand that guy.
One of the worst defensive coordinators in the league for the past I don't know how many years.
Gives me Matt Canada vibes, low-key.
But you had Arthur Smith as your offensive coordinator. It just kind of gives me hope. I like Patrick Graham as your defensive coordinator, and that's a big reason why Jamel Dean came here, because he wanted to play a similar role. And also, I think the value of that contract as well was really, really good. 3 years, 33, something like that. Just under $12 million a year. But I think that's a really good signing. And there's also a couple spots that you need to fill, specifically left guard. And you don't know with left tackle right now because of Broderick Jones.
Yeah, I don't know. He's really injury prone though.
He's kind of buns.
I wouldn't say he's injury. He had one in the first injury that he's had really was that neck injury that he took against the Bears, and that kind of questions his future.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's going to, they need to figure out whether or not they're accepting his 5th-year option, which I think is going to be a no. Because if you accept that, that's like a $17 million extension to his contract. and he's just not worth that money. You can get an above replacement level player for him. For the first half of last year, he was really good, and I will give him credit where credit's due. And like he had some of the lowest amount of penalties for a left tackle in the league, and that was a huge improvement on his year prior.
Yeah, I think so. With Jonnu Smith being gone and Connor Hayward being gone, our only 2 tight ends at the moment are Pat Freiermuth and Darnell Washington, right?
I believe we still have Donald Parham on our roster. I don't remember if it was a 1 or 2 year deal that we gave him last offseason, but he tore his Achilles.
Yeah, so I would assume that would be something we see in the near future, be the Steelers signing another tight end or possibly drafting one late round.
Yeah, I think the most likely scenario is we draft a tight end very late round.
Yeah.
I don't see any we used more tight end tight end heavy packages because of Arthur Smith, but I think this is going to be more pass heavy offense, so I don't think we're going to see as many tight ends as we did last year.
That's sad to see because I'd like to see Pat Freiermuth in action a lot more.
I think you do
He's pretty good.
Tight ends do play usually very well in Mike McCarthy offenses. Like Jake Ferguson broke out with Mike McCarthy.
Mm-hmm.
And Dalton Schultz as well played very well for Mike McCarthy. With your wide receivers, you can mix Pat Freiermuth in there and have a pretty decent offense with him. I just hope that doesn't mean you kind of shelf Darnell Washington because of how well he played last year.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He's really good with the dump off passes. If you got to dump it off to Darnell, he's just going to dribble whatever defender runs at him because he's over 300 pounds.
Yeah, the top needs in the draft, I think, easily first are quarterback. Even though I don't want us to draft a quarterback in the first round. Then it goes left guard. I still think you need a safety and a corner. You only re-signed Asante Samuel to a 1-year deal. And then after that, also, you need to pay Joey Porter Jr. as well.
Yeah.
Which he's going to get a lump sum of money because of Trent McDuffie's contract that he just got. But I think you need a corner and a safety as well. You also only signed Jaquan Brisker to a 1-year deal.
What do we think about Kirk Cousins maybe making a trip to Pittsburgh?
No.
We don't. He's a free agent.
I'm okay. I think he's going to end up being a Raider.
Yeah.
I think we need to stop going for older guys at quarterback.
Yeah, it's something like just building an old team isn't working, and I think it's time to just this year obviously isn't going to be like a rebuild year, but I think it's time for a rebuild, time to tank and get a good first round pick and top 5 pick because I don't know, it's the same crap. Like I'm predicting an 8-9 record this year.
I mean, I would say we have a better chance of being good this year than we did last year. Honestly, looking at the roster, I think we have a better roster than we did last year.
Yeah, but it's still the same. For the past 3 or 4 years, it's just been the same, just different faces, in my opinion.
I don't know. I feel like our depth has gotten a lot better, especially with Sebastian Joseph Day signing. I think that is a really good signing. 2 years, $11 million. He's a D tackle, Zach, who played for. He was a D tackle, Zach, that played for the Tennessee Titans, and he's been pretty good throughout his entire career. He's about 34 years old. But to mix him in with Cam Hayward, Keanu Benton, Derek Harmon, and Y.A. Black, I think you have a good team and a good rotation at defensive line, and I think that's what you're going to see is not everybody in play after play after play. It's going to be a rotation to keep everybody fresh.
Yeah. One person I'm really disappointed that we let go was Calvin Austin. If we would have kept Calvin Austin, he would have been a great wide receiver 3, and then our wide receiving depth would be insane, in my opinion.
Probably Roman Wilson now.
Yeah, but I'd still take Calvin Austin over Roman Wilson.
I think that frees us up to take a receiver in either round 2 or round 3. I mean, I'm looking at Zachariah Branch from Georgia.
Yeah.
He plays a similar role to what Calvin Austin would. He's about 5'10"ish, and is a very fast receiver. But yeah, it's rough losing Calvin Austin, and also rough losing Kenny Gainwell, who was your team MVP.
Yeah.
That's the first time we've lost a team MVP since Neil O'Donnell. And I don't even know what that year that is. But I think that's gonna have to be a wrap.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
thank you guys for joining us. Yeah.
Peace out.
Goodbye.
So loud.